when there are multiple guitar parts in a given song that somebody else has written,
Yeah.
you sort of have to choose, I guess, which ones, because you can't do all of them. There are 3 different tracks.
Yeah.
But do you, when you play other people's songs, do you have to basically break those down and choose?
Definitely for church all the time, right? It's like we're playing a new Elevation song this a couple weekends from now, Goodbye Yesterday, And so it's like, okay, look through the tracks. I kind of got to figure out, am I the only guitar player? Am I playing with, are we dividing and conquering with 2 guitar players? What do I play? I think there's 2 strategies, because it can be just overwhelming. Once you have experience like looking at a bunch of stems, kind of being like, okay, this thing is translating here, that definitely works. If you don't have access to that, one really good strategy is like, and this is kind of true for, maybe it's keys, maybe it's a synth thing, maybe it's, you play tuba or something and, there's tuba in the track. But just listen to it in your car, or maybe even like listen to it on your phone without a lot of other noise happening. Turn it down as low as possible, right? And try to hear, is there a guitar part and what is that? Those are the kind of things that are going to be like baked into the mix on a song, And so if you can turn it down pretty low and still hear, obviously like worship music, like the vocals going to be there, probably the snare, definitely the snare drum, definitely the kick drum. So you're going to hear those things at a low, low level. I turn it down like almost off. And if you can hear that guitar part poking through, that's probably something that you should maybe look into, like, what was that part? This is that Brandon Lake song. I know there's a cool, it's kind of obvious because the guitar part's pretty on the nose, but you just go to that intro really quick. This is just Spotify. So you can hear it, right? But if you're not really adept at hearing stuff, like turn it down really low. Yeah. And whether or not you can really recognize that's a guitar, I'm sure you can if you're a guitar player. But it's like, this is really low. I can hear the snare, I can hear the kick drum, and the guitar part poking out. I think that's a test. I think the young worship leader kind of thing too is just like, maybe ask yourself, will my worship leader miss this part if I don't play it? I think you can get so in the weeds sometimes where it's like, oh, I think guitar 7 is really cool. I like that one the most, right? Because it kind of fits my vibe or whatever. But if guitar 7 on verse 2, if that's a missable guitar part or something, and a worship leader is probably going to be like, they might miss a different guitar part, probably play the other one, Not everyone's an electric guitarist. Not everyone's in the weeds with this stuff as much as we are, right? But someone could be like, maybe they're just a vocalist, or maybe they're a keyboardist, and they're like, this thing's missing. That's probably what you should play, Yeah.